Okay, can we verify that we've got good voiceover commentary going out on the live stream? Alright, so what's up, true believers? This is Agasically Stamus from Gearworks.com and the E2KG network channel on YouTube, as well as the Rounding Off Infinity Gaming channel on YouTube, back with another episode of the Firearm Tales. This is episode number 322, streamed live to Twitter for the first time. And the biggest problem I'm having, this is a learning experience for me because I've not live streamed to Twitter, as I'm trying to not, so normally on a streaming channel I don't actually have the live feed going because I don't want that sucking up bandwidth, but I don't see a way to like pause the video. This is becoming an issue. Okay, so this might be a problem. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to periodically open Twitter to see if anybody has liked or was watching or whatever. So, man, where to begin for the first time for a live stream on Twitter? I don't know. So this afternoon I'm playing Dishonored 4 on the PlayStation 4. Dishonored 2 on the PlayStation 4. I have about 2 hours put into the game. If you don't know the setup, and I haven't played Dishonored 1, so maybe some of you watching have.
I'm being hunted.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, I need to start a timer, so I gotta say a keyword here. I can find my mute button. I can't. Okay, from the Age of the Rat Plague.
By half the people in the Empire. Part of me is excited about what happens if they find me.
Huh. So where is this wall of light?
It's too late for that, Rapallo. Guess what happens
Okay, so just in case, let me go ahead and get a game save.
next. This is how we get rid of snitches. Remember, if anyone asks, he just ran through it. Yeah.
So like I said, I'm playing Dishonored 2 on the PlayStation 4 this afternoon. I'm playing... Okay, good. At least we can see the wall of light. My big fear was that it was invisible. So I'm playing on my OG
No problem.
PS4. I'm not playing on my PS4 Pro this
Don't
afternoon.
worry, it's turning. Plenty of electricity.
Good. I like this setup better than using the well oil tank. The wind won't run dry.
If something happens to the windmill, these break down just...
Okay, maybe let's go back and see that tutorial again. Where's all the... One of my things with this game is, like, it has a tutorial about everything. And it's a lot to keep up with. There's like 9 different ways to navigate the UI.
In a different way. And they also overcharge sometimes.
the wind picks up too strong? Like in a storm?
So I guess now that I know where that marker is, I
If
can
that
go back
happens,
to
trust me, don't stand too close to the wall of light.
the place with the blood flies and try and slip through there.
I think something moved.
Why can't I wear
I have the following announcement. This year's blood fly concern is the most severe in recent memory.
So I do like this game. Within the first couple of hours, you've really gained a number of tools and methods for getting through past obstacles. Now, this is not a game that I'm naturally inclined to play. It's heavy on stealth, which can make the pace very kind of slow and ponderous. It is not normally something that's in my wheelhouse. So there's the wall of light. So one of the things you have to do is slip past these blood flies, and when you get within proximity of them, they get agitated and become active, which is good because it tips you off that something is going on. As you see here, you can recover health by eating food, so you don't always have to run around with tons of health elixir bottles. You can pick up bottles to throw them to distract enemies. Now, admittedly, the blood flies are not that difficult to destroy. You can destroy blood flies and their nests. I know that there was a way. I thought there was a way to move Addermeyer solution. What the heck is that? Because I thought I came. Oh no, I came in here and went up the stairs. So usually for me, moving in the crouched position. Help. Okay. Now, one other thing that I have is I have this neat little transportation power, but my problem is that I still haven't gotten down like how to bamf and stay. Oh no, I don't. What the heck did I just pick up? My problem is you know what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna try and bamf, pick up this elixir, and then get out of here. Okay. So that worked okay. I don't know what else it was that I picked up. So I wasn't paying attention. I guess I'll be able to go back and watch this video and see what it is I picked up. I was trying to pick up the health elixir the first time, and I picked up something else, and I don't know what it was. So like I said, this was a November 2016 release by Arcane Studios, was the development studio, published by Bethesda. And if you played their more recent release, Prey, which came out last year, and also just had recently dropped DLC, it is similar in its artistic style and visual presentation. So what does that do? Alright, so I'm going to cancel that, make sure that I get a quick save. Is it like that because it can't be like that because it's bamfing me into the air. Because even in the air, sometimes you get a circle. I don't know what that is. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, so when you screw up, you just have to destroy them. Destroy them, you have to make sure to drop the nest. Now, once the nest is dead, they will still be active, but they tend not to be aggressive and attack you. Oh, incendiary bolts, because I do have a crossbow now. Rotten Tyrian pear. Fig. Now, one of the things I don't like about live streaming to Twitter is not only is the resolution constrained to 720p, but more importantly, the bit rate is constrained to 800. And I guess it's 800 kilobits, I guess. I'm not sure. It's 0.8 megabits per second, and I normally try and crank my bit rate up to 13 megabits per second or above, which would be 13,000 kilobits. Tyrian ore. A coin, okay. Part of the problem too is this is also a very dark game, and I've got this portrait lamp in my face, so that I actually show up on the webcam and I'm not sitting here in the dark. So that's also monkeying with me. The big difference in this game and Prey is Prey. Yeah, my biggest problem is when I land with that thing, like, I just don't have the situational awareness to quickly orient myself. I'm like, where am I? But Prey is a very lonely game. To me, it's a spiritual successor to System Shock 2. But you spend all this time on a space station by yourself. Whereas this game is highly populated. That's kind of gross. Is that person alive or dead? So these bodies have no loot, although there is a pistol here. Let's suspend disbelief because you can like magically reach like 10 feet away from you to pick up objects. With no animation, that's fine. Now that looks to me like some type of ammo over there. Alright, let's see if I can slip by. Well, I gotta remember, I don't need to test my stealth skills, which are non-existent. I can just... nabbit. It's really confusing to me, like, what is... Because when I just bamfed in there... I would have thought that I would have been close enough to set them off, but I wasn't. But then I bamfed... And I can't carry any more pistol ammo, so I bamfed in there for no good reason. I think I am going to have to go down there to that ground floor, though, and try and get by that group of blood flies at the bottom. I've not yet figured out what the point is. I'm going to carry this. I'm going to see if throwing a bottle will distract the blood flies. I haven't tried that yet. But But yeah, but Prey is a game of isolation and solitude. You're up on the space station by yourself. The only people you encounter, you hear some people come over the radio every now and again. Now what I don't know is I don't know if I can get out that door. Let's see if this distracts them at all. It did a little bit. Not a huge amount though, didn't seem like. So let's see if I can find another object to throw over there. Bottle. Alright, so what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and throw the bottle, bamf to the door, and see if I can get through the door. Okay, that wasn't smart. Holy cannolis, that actually worked.
Soldiers, lapdogs for the Duke.
Close the door. Yeah, that's not like it. It's I don't know, because I'm thinking that will stop the blood flies from coming out. So where... Alright, so I don't know exactly where the wall of light is or was. Another thing that I haven't liked about this game is that I feel like it's just really linear. Like, so I'm supposed to get to this point up the street. I am almost certain that the only way to get there is to walk straight down the street. There's not a lot of flanking and lateral routes. They just hang a dude over there? Health elixir down there where they have strung up 3 other people.
Hopefully they just leave me alone.
So what I was saying earlier is if you don't know the setup of this game, you are a monarch in, I guess, the fictitious city of Dunwall, or Kingdom of Dunwall. And your mother was murdered when you were young. And you were the heir, but enemies of the court were manipulating you, and then your father, who was thought dead, came back. To save you and allow you to rule your own regime.
I need to pee.
And in the second installment, a woman claiming to be your mother's long-lost sister shows up. Allies with one of your enemies, murders everyone in the court, and then imprisons you. So I have, so in the first couple hours, I escaped. Have found an ally who had a ship, and she has ferried me to this other town or whatever, where I'm trying to unravel the mystery of a series of murders that were conducted. Oh, so my little Banff power. Oh, no, you don't. It's going to allow me to do this. I could just pick his pocket. Now, I don't know how to do it. I honestly don't know how to do a non-lethal takedown, so I've just been murdering everyone. is another power that I recently obtained. Does it have this power that allows me to turn everybody's body to ash? Nah, I've got the deflect projectiles thing. Now there's also this thing of collecting runes, which is what unlocks certain powers. And I guess one of your options could be to make this a big rune hunt.
I'm hungry.
It feels like there's a lot of DNA in here from the game Thief as well. And I don't know if Arcane Studios are kind of...
There was... Where did... Am I going crazy? So if I have to...
You hide your face! Ah!
If I eat it... No, if he eats it, then what?
I'm not sure how you do it, but you seem to be able to engage in fights with people and commit numerous murders with no one seeing you or hearing you. So that guy's asleep. I've been really struggling to hold on to my patience and play through this game because the next thing on my playlist is Destiny 2 on PC, and I definitely want to get over and put some more hours in on that, maybe start a new character.
Blood off stew tonight. Starving.
Now part of the problem is, so I can bamf by that guy, but I don't know what's on the other side. Like I said, this whole thing is a little too stealthy for me. So it's very interesting that it seems like the whole moral of the story is that you lost your throne because you were lazy.
That'll be just the thing.
So I guess you're in this other town, Sarkonos. And the additional complexity added to the mix is now you've got a non-homogeneous population. So in Dunwall, when you escaped...
Admire Station. This should take me out to the Institute.
Everyone that you encountered was an enemy.
I could transfer you to the Dust District if you're looking for action, Sergeant Quinn.
No thanks, ma'am. That's not what I'm saying. Why do we even need Grand Guard personnel here?
Admire
Someone is asking for trouble over there.
Great.
I thought I saw someone right here.
Okay.
You're not supposed to be here!
Where do you think you're going?
Come back here!
I'll be wiping
I'm
out
not fighting well.
Reward is ours!
I've got just the thing for you.
This head of she's
Alright.
wounded! Let's finish her!
Bam.
The carriage rails are electrified.
Whoa. Okay, crossbows up. There we go. So I think I got in there and got a little flustered from a combat perspective. Was ill prepared.
Coughing dust and fading a little more each day. In the past, the good doctor always cared for them.
She did, and I worried that it got her in trouble.
If we lose Hypatia's support, then there's no one left on our side.
I'm not in the mood. Show yourself!
So I've also had a really difficult time understanding exactly what is the alert envelope for the troops. You know, where is their arc and limit of sensory perception? So today for the live stream, I am using the... Let's see if I can... see if the crossbow allows me to do some silent takedowns. Now what I don't know is... I don't know if I pull this left trigger, if I can hold it to aim, or if it just fires off. Nope, it just fires off.
Someone is asking for trouble.
God damn it. How do you reload the thing? Seriously, I have no crossbow bolts left. Okay. Do the right thing here. No. No crossbow bolts. What is that? Incendiary bolt? Okay.
You don't stand a chance anyway.
Oh, so that's the captain.
What?
Ooh, that's gotta suck. Very cool. Incendiary bolt, gotta like that. Now, do I have to arm that individually? Huh, okay. Well, why don't, hold on, so why don't I assign that? Okay, there we go. Yeah, it can also be very complicated on how to assign things to your quick draw slots. I'm slowly but surely figuring it out. The more tools you get, the more interesting the game becomes. So she was an elite guard. Apparently I did not give her the opportunity to give me trouble. So is that another light wall or the same light wall? Bad guy. So for the live stream setup today, I'm using the Razer Ripsaw video capture device, the Logitech C930 webcam. And for voiceover commentary, I'm using the Corsair Void Pro RGB headset. And all those things are wired up and running over to my primary streaming PC, which runs on a Ryzen 5 processor, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070 with the operating system installed on a 500 gigabyte SanDisk SSD. Now, if you want to see all the details on that equipment and their specs and capabilities and that kind of stuff, you can head over to check out my most recent episode of the Streamer's Cookbook, episode number 3, which I also recorded as a live stream to Twitter.
Who knows what's happened? Could be anything. You ever been to that saloon, Apollo's? Shooting
Let's put
dice,
that down.
chasing the ladybirds?
Crone's hand? Are you kidding?
Now what's interesting is I bet...
So don't wear your uniform. They keep good whiskeys there. They even stock Old Dunwall.
Ah, man. Let me know next time you go.
There's another whale oil tank. What is that running on the floor?
Can I read? Of course I can read. What does he think? I'm stupid?
Now, I believe what I can do is I can toss this and then light it on fire and make an explosive out of it with the incendiary bolt, but...
Did you hear? My Aunt Belinda moved the old lamprey.
Really? I've never seen her without either a drink.
That seems a
or
very
manual in her
complicated
hands.
thing to try and pull off
Old lamprey's small.
just for one guard.
Nightlife.
Yeah, so there's some kind of
Coming from Karnataka,
power cable
Belinda's gonna
or
be a
gas
draw.
cable, gas
Big
hose
fish
running on
in
the
a
floor.
small pond.
He makes good money playing traditional Serkonan music. It's exotic to the people there.
I can hear more than one person.
What wouldn't I give for a bottle of pear soda?
Oh, okay, there's two people there. I just don't know if doing that is going to get me past the wall of light.
The whole family's stung to death. Ugh, so disfigured. Blood fly nests all around them.
So, there's only, I've only got like another minute in the live stream here.
Ugh, I'm hungry.
Someone there?
Oh!
Come back here! You won't get you little shit! No use running!
Oh.
You hide your face!
No mercy!
Wait for my sister!
All right, you
Come in!
cut it, see what you got.
Revenge! End of the road for you!
Oh,
You aren't going anywhere.
great.
Kneel down!
I've been fighting scum like you since I put on the uniform.
You're gonna pay for his death! Damn you!
Oh. Not fixing the right way. Yeah, the parry system in this causes me to have to hold my controller
Bad move. Later I'll be laughing
differently.
over rum about how you died.
Oh, did he just jump? Oh, he's an elite guard, that's the problem. Ooh, gruesome. I was trying to get lined up to Banff, and that was overly complicated. Use an extra incendiary bolt, which I didn't really want to do. It's also a very dark and dreary game in comparison to something like a Destiny 2. I do like how that whale tank just exploded. I didn't realize you could just step right around the corner here. There's also tons of lore scattered all over the place. Okay, so the Adamire solution treats the blood fly venom. So there's a lot of reading. So overall, I mean, it's a good game. It's just I struggle to stick with it because so if I could rewire it, I might be able to just disable that wall of light there. now. Okay, so my hope is that just shut down power to the wall of light, so I don't have to monkey with going around. There's also, I feel like there's a little feeling of Infamous in here as well, with all the different powers. Bioshock is also brought to mind. So one of the other dynamics is I feel compelled to be a little more thorough in searching every space, since there's so many little things scattered about. Now this is Arcane's old engine, the Void engine. They are, of course, moving to the Apex engine. Blad nabbit. Yeah, I'm gonna totally Indiana Jones this dude. Black out of here with that. That's what happens when I'm short of patience from sneaking around. Ooh, is that a leg? I don't think you reload in this game manually. I guess it just does it automatically. So, the heart. I think what I'm going to do differently. So that's pistol. Put that in the top slot. It's grenade. Right. Far reach, bottom. I don't really need to put the heart in a quick slot. So I guess I'll just leave the incendiary bolt there. An arm pistol. Well, look, I'm going to take a short break. Thanks so much for joining in. If you happen to swing by the live stream on Twitter, and if you're watching the archive version on YouTube, I appreciate that as well. Please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're on Twitter, by all means follow me. And I'll continue trying to do live streams to Twitter periodically and post more content with technical hardware reviews and know-hows or how-tos, like the Streamer's Cookbook. So thanks so much for joining in. That's going to do it for this episode of the Firearm Tales, episode number 322. My name has been Agassic Stamets from Gearworks.com and the E2KG Network on YouTube, as well as the Rounding Off Infinity Gaming channel on YouTube. And I'll be back with another episode here shortly. Thanks.